I'm Charlotte and this is Books and Bargains. Welcome to a new weekly vlog. It is the 23rd of November as I'm filming this, so it's Wednesday. I haven't picked up my camera the last 2 days because I've just been, I want to say busy, which I have, but also I have been, I want to say working out, but I don't want to sound like, I don't want you to think that I've been like pumping iron at the gym. I've actually been doing a couple of dance workouts and yoga and some strength training. I have been re-listening to Rangan Chatterjee's Feel Better in 5 and I wrote myself a list. I think over the past couple of weeks I've been really down on myself. I had a really bad mental and physical health flare and it dragged me right down again, and I think I was getting really impatient with myself because I wanted to feel better straight away. And then I was watching an old Matt Diavella video and he was talking about how instead of looking at like a week or 2 weeks, look instead at like a year or 2 years. So look at where you would like to be. I'm going to go on this on 365 days and like, what would I like to be at the end of those days? And I'd like to be stronger physically because as Nana is needing more and more support, I obviously know how to manual handle safely, but the stronger I am physically, the better I can support her. I also want to be in a place where I have decluttered a lot more. I want to be doing a capsule wardrobe and all these things. I'm starting to put little things in each day that will help me towards that, if that makes sense. So I've been breaking up my exercise into 5-minute chunks, 5 to 10 minute chunks, and I have a Fitbit which I absolutely love. I know there is kind of mixed reactions in the body positive community, but I'm actually finding like I'm not getting obsessed with this. I'm enjoying tracking my sleep, and I've got a Fitbit Premium and there's a setting for your heart rate variability. And for example, this morning, the last 2 days it's been excellent and it's like, yep, go for it, smash your goals. Whereas today it sent me that my HRV is low, so to focus on kind of recovery and rest today. So that's what I've been doing. I have still done a yoga session in some fantastic new gym wear that I bought myself. I've literally been talking about this on Instagram this morning, so if you see my Instagram you will know this. But I treated myself to this set from ASOS in the sale. Now I do have that little guilt about buying fast fashion, but I am plus size and I'm small plus size at that actually, so I can only imagine how difficult it is for people bigger than me. But I also struggle if waistbands are tight because I have a hiatus hernia. If I've got a tight waistband here, it really hurts. So yeah, treating myself to that. Yeah, I think when it comes to sustainable fashion, it is kind of doing the best you can with what you've got. And I did look at some sustainable brands, but I don't have the money to be spending £80-90 on some workout gear, especially because at the moment I am definitely at the higher end of my kind of natural weight, and I don't know, I'm not intentionally trying to lose weight, but I want to let my body kind of figure itself out over the next few months before I go investing in anything like that. So I've got some bookish stuff to share with you. Let's start with the book that I finished, and I finally finished a book that I really enjoyed. I'm just going to put the negative in there. I gave this a 4.5 star instead of a 5 star because I don't like the way the kind of baddie in this was portrayed as kind of small and fat, and it's just something that bugs me. And also there was a bit of miscommunication that could have easily been solved. However, I absolutely love this book. This is part of the Romantic Escape series by Julie Kaplan, and it's the first book. And Aoife had been telling me that I'd love this book, and she was right. I loved it. I loved the setting in Copenhagen. It's a press trip. I love that there is representation of bloggers in this, and they're not shown off as kind of in a bad light. I think a lot of books that mention social media influencers, bloggers, etc. show them in a bad light, but this didn't. There is lots of food descriptions, and I feel like I've been to Copenhagen and I haven't. So that is one that needs to go on the bucket list. I was so happy to finish and enjoy that one because I had a run of some DNFs and books that I think I mentioned in last one that in my head should have been 5 stars, and I just didn't. So I was teetering dangerously close to a reading slump, and I think this book rescued me. Currently have a few books on the go. I am still reading the new Maggie Knox, which I think is called All I Want for Christmas. I'm not sure yet. I'm enjoying it, but in my head I don't think it's a Christmas book yet. I don't know. It might get more festive, but I feel like unless it starts kind of smacking me in the face with a piece of tinsel, then it shouldn't have been marketed as a Christmas book. But I am only about 20% in, so fingers crossed that gets better. I am also reading The Sunbearer Trials by Aidan Thomas, and I am, again, not very far into this, but getting into this one. The past couple of days, I think it's with Nana being ill as well, by the time I've got everything done that's on my to-do list for the day, I've had a shower and I'm like, right, I'm going to sit down and read. I've managed like a chapter and then I can't keep my eyes open. Not the book's fault, my fault. I am also reading, along with listening to, The Cornish Cream Tea Christmas by Cressida McLaughlin. Again, not all that festive yet. We have just had a Christmas tree put up though, so it's getting there. I am reading and actually loving The Glucose Revolution by Jessie, and I'm not going to try and pronounce her name again. I follow her on Instagram and I'm finding the book to be really interesting. So I'm going to follow some of these principles over the next few weeks and see how I get along. And then finally, for what I'm reading at the moment, I am reading Last Christmas by Greg Wise and Emma Thompson. I love the film Last Christmas. If you haven't seen it, it's one of my favourites now. I will, not just yet, but over the run up to Christmas, me and Tom are going to be watching a Christmas film every night, and Last Christmas will definitely be one of them. So I have started trying to read a chapter every day just to bring me... It's a compilation of stories, and it's a charity collection with with some of the money going to Crisis. And yeah, there's lots of different views on Christmas in here, from someone who has been homeless, someone who's a priest, plus celebrities. And yeah, again, quite enjoying that one. I have got some charity shop books to show you, but I think I'll come back and do that later, because right now I need to go and check that Nana's okay, and I want to get on the sofa with one of these books. It is now Friday. I don't think I spoke to you yesterday. I don't think I filmed anything yesterday. I had a really bad flare, so I spent a lot of time in bed. I really enjoyed yesterday afternoon. I lit my candles. Nana was having a nap, so I just lay on the bed listening to what's it called? The Cornish Christmas Tea Bus. Christmas on the Cornish. Anyway, it's a Cressida McLaughlin one. I'll put a picture here because it's over there and I'm not moving. I'm really torn on this one at the moment because I'm about 40% in now, and while I'm really enjoying it, I've said before, if it's going to be a Christmas book for me, I want it to hit me in the face with Christmas straight away, and this hasn't yet. We've had a Christmas tree put up and a mention of Cornish Christmas cream teas, so I'm going to try and put like a different category in my head of kind of, it's a perfect November book, I think. If you're not the kind of person that wants to go straight in with Christmas, it's perfect for this time of year. There's a lot about ghost stories in this one, which again, listening while I had the candles on yesterday was just perfect. And I think I would definitely recommend this one in kind of November time, which is when I'm reading it, obviously, but I'm now trying to ramp it up a bit and get the really Christmassy feels books. I was about to say, talking about that, this is not Christmassy at all. I did just finish this morning my 8th book of the month, and that is The Glucose Revolution. I really enjoyed this. I follow Glucose Goddess on Instagram, and I don't think you actually need to read the book. She does put a lot of information on her Instagram, but actually just reading it to me explain the science behind it. I'm not going to take on board all of the hacks that she uses. I'm especially not going to drink apple cider vinegar in water before a meal, because I tried it and it was disgusting, and I'm not about that life. However, I am going to try and switch to a savoury breakfast. I am also going to try eating my food in order, and we'll see how that goes over the next couple of months. I had promised you last time that we spoke that I would show you what I've got from the charity shops recently, so let's just get into that. This one wasn't actually a charity shop, this was at Morrison's on the book table. I've been taking books to the book table, and I think my kind of ratio of how many books that I put versus how many books I bring away is pretty good, and that is Sarah Winman's When God Was a Rabbit. I think most people have heard of Sarah Winman. I think Tin Man, is that one of her books? But yeah, I'm sure I heard about this on BookTube a while ago. I had seen it in British Heart Foundation years ago and kind of regretted not picking it up, so when I saw it there, thought I would pick that up. You will be getting a video soon about my goals for 2023, and yeah, just for now, the less said about that the better, but I'm actually quite excited with a couple of projects that I've got running. And then in the YMCA, I found this hardback of Underbelly by Anna Whitehouse. Again, not an author that I have read from before, but I feel like I've heard about it. This made me laugh though. It says in the front, Helena Book Club. So I wonder if Helena enjoyed the book. If you are Helena and you live near me, let me know. This is a great book because it does have content warnings at the beginning. And I didn't know. So it's a fiction writing pseudonym for Anna Whitehouse and Matt Farquharson. Together they are the co-authors of Sunday Times bestseller Parenting the Shit Out of Life and Where's My Happy Ending. Oh, I didn't know that they were co-founders of the website Mother Pucker either. So yeah, I really can't tell you much more about that. It says underbelly, singular, the soft underside or abdomen of a mammal, an area vulnerable to attack, a dark hidden part of society. Lo and Dylan are living parallel lives worlds apart. Lo is the ultimate middle-class mother, all perfectly polished Instagram posts and armchair activision. Dylan is just about surviving on a 0 hours telemarketing job from her flat, trying to keep food on the table. But when they meet at the school gates, they are catapulted into each other's homes and lives with devastating consequences. And it says explosive, sharply humorous and unflinchingly honest, Underbelly slices through the filtered surface of modern women's lives to expose the dark truth beneath, and I thought that sounded right up my street. Some of my favourite books of this year have been regarding social media, like I don't think I read it this year actually, but People Like Her by Ellery Lloyd, and also I read We Had to Remove This Post by Hannah Berveretz. And what else did I read? I mean, this was last year now, but Claire McIntosh's which one is it? I See You. That was creepy and involved social media. And yeah, I have this real kind of, any book that is kind of dark and about social media, give it to me. I then picked up, if I didn't already say that was £1, I then picked up for £1 in the Age UK shop, Great Circle by Maggie Shipstead. Now this is definitely way out of my comfort zone, but one of the things that I want to try and do is collect together some of the Booker Prize nominated books from the last couple of years and read them for a vlog, because they're just so far out of my comfort zone. It does sound really good though. So yeah, we'll see. This is kind of going on my shelf with like Life After Life by Kate Atkinson that Victoria told me to read and I'm scared of, and Hamnet, which Victoria told me to read and I'm scared of. Victoria hasn't actually told me to read this one, but you get the picture. Then for £1 at the Rainbow Shop, I picked up I Capture the Castle by Dodie Smith. Again, I want to read more classics and modern classics, and this is one I've heard a lot of good things about. And last but not least, in the Veteran Support Shop in Colville, their books are now 3 for £1, and I wanted to pick up The Roommate Experiment by Eleanor Armas. A lot of people have told me that The Spanish Love Deception isn't worth the hype, so I think I've unhauled that one. However, this one is shorter and I've heard better things about it, so I thought I'd pick that up and have a go. Then another project of mine for next year is to clear my NetGalley backlist, but I read a lot more paperbacks and audiobooks now than I do ebooks. Ebooks I tend to read when I'm on the go or if I'm in bed. I've got a Kindle Paperwhite, so it means I don't have to have the big light on, which causes me issues. I really hate having too much light. So I try not to, and yeah, it means that I can read that in quite low light. But yeah, so I picked up Lucy Diamond, The Promise, which is one that I do have a NetGalley arc, so I am so sorry. When did this even come out? I feel like I've had this a long time. Yeah, this came out last year and I haven't read it yet, so I do apologise, and that is going to get read this year. And then this next one I picked up again. I'm not sure about this one. This is such a hyped book that I see everywhere. So when I was already picking up those two and I'd get it for another one, I thought I'd pick up It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. I've never read a Colleen Hoover. I'm kind of sceptical. I do have another one on my TBR that the lovely Jilly sent me, and that is Regretting You. So again, I might do a Colleen Hoover reading vlog, like based on Colleen Hoover, maybe. I know that I'm sure Victoria hated Verity, so if I can get my hands on a copy of Verity, maybe I'll read those 3, maybe in one weekend or something. But yeah, that's all I've got to share with you for now. I am going out tonight. When I say that, I mean, you know, I'm going for a meal at a pub with Stacey, but this will be the first time since Nana moved in with us. Now, bear in mind, Nana moved in with us the first weekend in October. This will be the first time I've gone out just as me, not as a carer. I mean, me and Tom do pop out for a coffee on a Saturday morning before she wakes up, but yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to it. And I haven't seen Stacey in forever. So yeah, I won't obviously vlog that, but if I beautify myself, which I might put on a nice outfit and everything, I might speak to you later. But if not, I'm sure there'll be some vlog style footage of the food, and I'll speak to you either later or tomorrow. So I'm just about to go out with Stacey. I haven't put any makeup on. I was thinking about putting lipstick on, but I have like 10 minutes to leave. I'm just wearing this. This is a mango t-shirt with all kind of bookish quotes on it. So it says "To be continued, once upon a time, they lived happily ever after." And this was £4 from one of the charity shops on Depop, but I can't remember which one. Then I've got this Zara skirt, which was £1.99 from Age UK. This big fluffy coat that was, I think, £9 from British Heart Foundation. I've got these tights on, so let me know in the comments if you know which book character I am channeling there. And let me just grab my boots that I'm going to put on. So I've got these boots that were £1 from Loros, and they are bare paw, but they look just like the Bailey boots from UGG. So yep, I'm gonna stick that on, and I'm gonna go so I'm not late. Stacey, if you're watching this and I am late, I'm sorry. Let's see if I can get through this before I hiccup again. I had 1 alcoholic drink tonight, and I think it's because I had to take an antihistamine earlier, but it has gone to my head. 1 alcoholic drink. I did put on lipstick, look. And my lipstick survived. I had a really lovely night out with Stace. It was just nice to be out and be me rather than me the carer, which I know sounds silly, but it is what it is. We had a fantastic night reminiscing about Corfu, and I don't know if I've mentioned this on here, but we've booked to go to Corfu again next year, same hotel and everything. So yeah, I'm going to take my makeup off, put Nana to bed, and then I'm going to go to my bed myself because, as I said to Stacey, she is the only person that I would leave the house after dark for. Good evening. I wanted to finish the vlog, however, my bedroom is currently a disaster. Me and Tom decided, against my better judgment, to do all our Christmas shopping this weekend. So today I've been in a lot of pain, but we have put up the Christmas tree and we're just trying to get a bit festive. One thing that did happen today, Victoria put on Instagram that these were God tier crisps, and these are the What's It Baked Giants prawn cocktail. Now, I love the giant baked What's It's cheese, so I thought I'd do a live taste test of these. They are pretty good actually. I will give that to you, Victoria. Still think the cheese ones just pip it for me, but I do really enjoy these. I hope you've enjoyed this week's weekly vlog. I don't really think I've done much reading this week, but I'm now going to hibernate for the rest of December. So if you have enjoyed it, please give me a like and subscribe to this channel, and I will see you next time. Bye.